Israfil takes a deep, final breath and presses his lips to the sore. That frightening sound begins in Makkah al-Mukarramah, vibrating through the most sacred sites on earth. Within the same second, the sound reaches every corner of the globe. Machines in Tokyo break down. In London, the gears of Big Ben stop. City centers that never sleep suddenly freeze in the silence of the end. The stars go out, and the sun is shrouded in darkness. The universe, once teeming with life, becomes a single, silent graveyard. Because you are still breathing, you have the opportunity to prepare. We are going to construct the spiritual shield required to stand against the coming fire. When worldly time stops, it will happen without warning. Proactively building this defense now is the only logical response to the reality of the end. This preparation begins by addressing the inescapable audit of your life. At the field of Mashar, billions of people are gathered like herds. There is no space to move, no space to breathe, and nowhere left to hide. In this moment, mouths are sealed to prevent any false testimony. Instead, Allah grants the physical limbs the power to speak for themselves. Hands recount exactly what they touched. Eyes confess to everything they watched. Feet testify to every forbidden place. No action is too small to be recorded. Every deed is weighed with perfect justice, and even a sin the size of an atom is brought into the light. Your own body is the ultimate witness of your character. Auditing your daily conduct today is how you ensure your limbs testify in your favor when the mouth is silenced. As the judgment proceeds, a massive piece of fire the size of a mountain breaks away from Jahannam. It shoots toward the crowd with enough force to shake the marrow of their bones. Just before impact, Jibril arrives from the sky with a small vessel of clear liquid. He pours it over the inferno, extinguishing the heat instantly. That liquid is gathered from the tears shed in the world, tears of sincere regret, of prayer, and of the love for the Creator. While those who never repented are paralyzed with fear, those who wept in the world find immediate physical relief. Their sorrow has become their protection. A single drop of sincere regret outweighs a mountain of fire. This makes genuine emotional repentance the most accessible weapon in your defense. The foundation of this shield is consistent daily worship. The first gate of Jahannam is specifically for those who identified as believers but lived in neglect and habitually delayed their salah. However, physical consistency alone is not a guarantee of safety. The strength of the shield depends on the internal intention behind every bow and every prostration. Consider the scholar and the martyr who were cast into the fire because they sought the applause of people rather than the pleasure of Allah. Their deeds were hollowed out by their own vanity. Even the most generous charity is invalidated if it is done to gain social status. When ego is the motivation, good deeds lose their weight on the scale. Seeking social validation turns your spiritual efforts into a trap. Total internal sincerity is required for these actions to actually serve as a guard. This diagram shows the hierarchy of Jahannam, where daily behaviors map to 7 levels of punishment. Neglecting prayer leads to the first gate. Further down, the third gate, Sakar, is the destination for those who lived in selfishness and chose to walk away. The lowest depths are reserved for the hoarders of wealth and the hypocrites who wore the mask of faith while plotting betrayal. Their double standards lead them to the bottomless pit of Hayue. Bolting this gate shut requires a physical counteraction in the world, actively feeding the poor and prioritizing the needs of the vulnerable. These gates are the calculated result of daily habits. Actively practicing charity and humility is the only way to ensure they remain closed to you. You now have the blueprints, the audit of your deeds, the shield of sincere tears, the foundation of prayer, and the behavioral checklist to avoid the gates. While the door of repentance is open today, you have no guarantee that it will be open tomorrow. Do not wait for a later that may never come. Right now, wherever you are, raise your hands and speak to your Creator. Recite this supplication. Ya Rab, protect me from Jahannam. Ya Rab, guide me to Hidayah. Ya Rab, Let me die upon Iman. With these steps, your shield is now active. Maintaining it through daily action is the first definitive move toward ensuring your safety when the final sound echoes across the world.